Hey everyone, Professor Baldwin here. Let's look at an example of solving a quadratic by factoring. Remember that to factor a quadratic and solve it, it needs to be in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Here, our first step is going to be to distribute that 2 through the parentheses. That'll give us 10x squared plus 18 equals 27x. Now we need to move the 27x from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. So we'll subtract 27x from both sides. Now we have 10x squared minus 27x plus 18 equals 0. That's the standard form for a quadratic. Because we have a leading coefficient of 10 and not 1, we're going to want to rewrite this so we can factor by grouping. So to figure out how to rewrite that middle term of negative 27x, we're going to look for two numbers that multiply together to give us 10 times 18, or 180. And at the same time, those two numbers need to add together to give us the value negative 27. Since these are big numbers, it's going to take us a little while to figure it out. My first guess would be 3 and 60, because 3 times 60 is 180, but notice that they add up to be too high, 63. So we'll try a bigger number, like 9. 9 times 20 multiplies to 180, but it still adds too big. It's 29. So we're going to keep on going. 10 and 18, but those add to 28, so we're getting closer. What about 12 and 15? 12 times 15 is 180, and if they're both negative, they would give us that negative 27. So our factors, or the way we rewrite the negative 27 in the middle, is negative 12 and negative 15. My pen's not cooperating. That means we're going to have 10x squared minus 12x minus 15x plus 18 equals 0. Now that we have 4 terms, we're going to group them and factor each grouping. 10x squared minus 12x share a 2x in common. Factor out the 2x and we have 5x minus 6. And notice we can factor out 5x minus 6 from the second grouping. And to do that, we have to factor out a negative 3. Now we're down to 2 terms. Those have 5x minus 6 in common. And the remaining binomial is 2x minus 3. Now that we have those two binomials, we set each of those equal to 0 and we solve. Five x minus 6 equals 0. We'll add 6 to both sides. And we have 5x equals 6. Divide by 5 to get the x equals 6/5. And our second possibility, 2x minus 3, we'll add 3 to both sides. We have 2x equals 3. Divide both sides by 2, and the other possibility is that x equals 3/2. So those are our two answers, x equals 6/5 or x equals 3/2.